Hi.
Hello, nice to be with you again today.
Yep,
And it's our daily reflection.
from the YouVersion app, verse of the day. And today, Jenny,
It's John 15:7. If you remain in me and my words remain in you, ask whatever you wish and it will be done for you.
That sounds pretty nice. I think I want a red Ferrari, please.
Yep, that sounds good, doesn't it?
What do you wish for?
Oh gosh.
Your big
I want to go to France.
See our daughter.
Yeah.
It might be a little time coming.
Yep.
Yeah. It's interesting. We can easily take this verse out of context. And it sounds like God is giving this nice blank sort of check. So
Canvas,
whatever you ask,
yeah.
blank canvas, blank check, whatever. And yet that's not what the verse is saying, because in the context is very clear. Jesus is talking about him being the vine, us being branches. If you remain in me, you will bear much fruit. So it's all about what happens in relationship, not an empty check that you can write in.
Yeah, so when he's talking about bearing much fruit, what is he talking about?
Well,
What's Jesus saying?
I think in that context, Jesus is talking about a whole lot of things, particularly what's foremost in his mind is our joy, that we might have joy in relationship with God, that we might enjoy the fullness of what life was meant to be, love and joy, delight, obviously food and things like that. But as Jesus would always say, life is much more than food and what your clothes and what you
And you're in
wear.
for Ferraris.
Yeah, you're in Ferraris. So in this where he's saying, ask whatever you wish and it will be done for you. Well, just the first part of it, if you remain in me and my words remain in you. So what is it about remaining in Jesus? What is it about Jesus' words remaining in you that make the fact that whatever you wish for gets put in a significant context of relationship and desiring what God desires?
So, trick question on the spot.
Yeah.
When have
Again.
you, whatever you wish, ask whatever you wish and it will be done for you. So can you think of a time when you have asked something and it's been done for you like that?
Well, that's putting me on the spot.
I said it was putting you on the spot.
Yeah. That I could marry you.
Okay.
I did ask.
Yep.
I was willing to accept that might not be God's will, but it was in his will. Whether there were others that I could have married, most likely, but I chose you. That's what's special. So,
And I said yes.
And you said yes, and so did God, obviously. So that was a win-win-win all round, I think.
Good. I'm glad to say that.
And what about you?
Well, I talked yesterday about a crazy car park situation. I have to say that to qualify that, it doesn't happen like that every single time that I ask about a car park. But I guess this is tricky when I know that there's things I'm praying that haven't happened yet.
Been praying for years or decades in some cases.
Yep, that haven't happened yet. And so those things, ask whatever you wish and it will be done. It sounds like it's instant. It will happen. But there often is a period of waiting that happens involved in all this. And so waiting well and waiting, knowing that, yes, this is something that God wants but isn't yet, is an interesting place to be. I know that doesn't answer your question, but waiting with confidence and waiting with faith and waiting for, the go-ahead. These are all things that grow us in our faith and understanding.
And I think that's part of what Jesus is talking about remaining in him and allowing his words to remain in you. It's who Jesus is, what he personifies, about patience, about suffering, about not overriding people's wills. There's a whole lot of things about Jesus' words, about loving one another and caring for one another, not making yourself the centre of attention, dying to yourself and being a servant of others, and also his words to us around that, about mimicking him and following him. They all frame that wish. Yeah. And what we wish for is framed by what Jesus desires for us.
Yeah, now it's interesting because we, as Christians, we wouldn't normally talk about wishes.
No.
Having a wish. But obviously this is a reasonable translation of the Greek word. So
I think when God's words are in you, when the way Jesus taught and we remain in him is part of our lives, then what we desire will conform with what God wants, and so it will happen.
Yeah.
So it's remaining in Him, and His words changes our desire. I think that's been my experience.
Yeah, that'd be true. Hope it's true for you today too.
Yep.
See ya.
Bye.